got you. You're gonna be all right. This cannot possibly be real. My name is Orella. I'm here to help.
Hi everyone. It's 9:30, Monday, May 12th. Nitrous here, 2 ends. So, we don't talk about what happened on Wednesday. Hi Anthony. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we don't talk about what happened on Wednesday. I mean, if you must know what happened. So I was running late on Wednesday to my stream by like a minute. And I started my stream, and then Dead by Daylight had to update. And I was like, oh shit. And the update was gonna take like 15-20 minutes. Hi, Monica. We don't talk about what happened on Wednesday, but I'm talking about it now, just to get it over with. So, yeah, I started my stream that lasted for like a minute. And then my game had to update. And since I only had like one viewer, which was Anthony, I just immediately ended my stream and then I passed the fuck out. I slept early that night. It was embarrassing. But I was also really tired, so maybe that was a blessing in disguise. But that was low-key embarrassing. But hi, I'm here today. Got a new tattoo. I don't know how it's like on my inner wrist, so I don't know how to like. I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen it. It's a wolf. It's a wolf on my wrist. I'm showing it now before my kids like tune to the stream to see it. Because every year, thank you. I think it's really cool too. Holy shit. I love the artist brush art style. Because every year, I coach archery. Every year I get a tattoo and dedicate it to my kids. And each tattoo has its own lesson and its own meaning, you know, towards each generation of archers. So, on Wednesday I'll elaborate more, just because I don't know which of my kids are lurking right now. A feisty wolf. Not really feisty, it's more like ready to pounce. It's yeah, anyways, I'll talk about it later on. I see I have 6 viewers. So there are 4 people lurking, but that's fine. We welcome all lurkers here, because I lurk. But today, just as usual, we're continuing my perk challenge. OP, only 1 perk, which I only equip 1 perk, and I play 5 matches. I try to survive, then I rate the perk based on how well it kept me alive throughout the game. And I've just been, like, I'm just looking at my notes, and a bunch of my perks I'm just rating, like, less than 5 out of 10. Because with over 200 survivor perks, a majority of them are gonna be useless, Like, some are very situational. Like, it'll only happen once every 10 games, probably. And it's when you don't equip that perk that situation happens to you in game. It's so frustrating. But so Wednesday, Dead by Daylight went through the whole update because there's a lot of changes. You look at the offerings. There's a blue color now, which didn't happen before. It was just purple, green, yellow, and brown. Now you got purple, blue, green, yellow, brown. Oh wait, they got rid of the gold, so they can use the gold towards the special event ones. I guess that makes sense. The blue's it looked cool for the RPD badge, but it looks off-putting for everything else. But yeah, there are a lot of bad perks, but the good news is we are almost done with this. So let's see. It's Monday, so like this is week 1, and then if I stream, if I stick to streaming twice a week with no bullshit or interruptions. This is like 1 week, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll probably be done with this by the end of next month, probably. And then I'll be halfway through my summer break at this point. So yeah, I stick to Ada because she's Prestige 100. I'm not sure. No, you can't see it. But we're currently working on getting Leon to 100. He's currently at 66 right now. Yes, I've been playing secretly on the side just to see the changes. I'm just gonna set this up and then I can ramble. Yes. So tonight's perk is Technician, which is a Feng Min perk. And since Feng Min is one of the original survivors, then her perk is actually decent. Because I feel like the further you go down the list, it's just a bunch of... They're forcing 3 perks per survivor, and they just get questionable. But then at least the earlier perks are actually useful. I feel it has to reach a point where it's only 1 perk per survivor now, because... yeah. Anyways, let me just set this up. So we're looking for a game while I'm talking. So Technician. You are apt at handling machinery with the greatest care and precision. The noises caused by your repairs and their hearing distance are reduced by 8 meters. On a failed repair skill check, the following effects happen. The generator explosion will be prevented. The generator loses progress as usual, but an additional 3% progress is lost. So this is like for beginner Dead by Daylight players. Basically, when you miss a skill check, like you're new to the skill check system when repairing gens, it won't make the explosion sound that will notify the killer. Like, the generator will still lose progress, but an additional 3% progress is lost, but at least you're not notifying the killer that you fucked up. Because that's a thing when you first start learning the game. I think this is why Feng is popular, just because, well, I think she has the most cosmetics out of all the survivors. Because these developers love dressing her up. It used to say how many cosmetics. Now it doesn't. I don't want to count. But yeah, she has a lot of outfits. I think her and Mia have the most. But yeah, it's very beginner friendly. I remember when Anthony first started playing Dead by Daylight, I told him to equip this perk because he's getting used to this skill check mechanism. So I'm already gonna be biased on how I rate this because I'm not a beginner, but even with 2,000 hours, I still play like an amateur. But it's still a useful perk, especially when you're starting out, but the more experience you get, the more you don't really need it. But we'll see. We'll see how it serves me as an experienced player. I feel like my viewer count just went down when I'm no longer showing my tattoo. Because I'm gonna show it to my kids tomorrow. Tomorrow after school we have our informal archery meeting. Because I always get a tattoo on my late dog Peta's birthday. Peta, he passed due to cancer back in January 2022. Yeah. And his birthday is May 10th. And every year on his birthday, I would get a tattoo. I think it started the first time I got a tattoo for my kids, and it just so happened to be on Peta's birthday. And it was the arrow tattoo you see here. I mean, it used to be convenient because the school year used to end in like early June. And so our last archery competition would be around May 10th. So it was very convenient for me to get a tattoo dedicated to my kids for their last comp, and we never see each other again. But over the past couple years, the school district has been moving the school year up so that it ends at the end of May to align with the colleges. which makes it inconvenient now because our last competition was April 30th, and we were supposed to like never see each other again. But then I'm summoning all my kids back, and I'm like, y'all, I still want to honor my dog, so I'm gonna still get my tattoo on May 10th, which is conveniently on a Saturday, you know, and I'm just gonna gather everyone together, show them my tattoo, give them their Mockingjay pins, and then call it a day. Anyways, hi Monica. This the perk might be more than 3. Probably. I mean, I don't want to give it a low rating. Just because I feel like the perk is meant more for beginner players. And so I think it is valuable for beginner players who aren't used to the skill check system. Because one of the frustrating things is, messing up the skill check. But you know what? This could still be useful because I know killers have perks where the skill check goes by really fast. I think doctors are more likely to equip that kind of perk, and especially when the skill check system is fast, you're more prone to messing up. So maybe this perk can still be useful even if you aren't a beginner. Let's see what happens. So see, I missed the skill check, and the progress went down, but the generator didn't explode, therefore the killer wasn't notified that I missed it. My kids are excited. I just took a peek at my viewer count. It was at 6 earlier, so I think a few of my kids tried to, come in to see. And I don't want to spoil the surprise. Yeah. Oh, the singularity. That's fun. But yeah, it's a good perk. Maybe not for experienced players like myself, but still a good perk for beginners. I'll just preface with that. It also allows me to relax because I can just, not worry about skill checks. And there's no cooldown too, so that's, nice. Because a lot of perks have cooldowns, just so it's not too overpowered. I'm waiting for a skill check. My hand is up. It got to 9 for a moment. That's crazy! A lot of them probably came in. So see, I didn't hit the skill check, and a lot of progress was lost. The gen did explode, so therefore the killer is still on there. I think this is actually useful for Huntress Lullaby. Because with Huntress Lullaby, it's a perk where you don't get the skill check sound. Oh shit. Leave me alone, man. 9 viewers is crazy. That's like half my team. I'm just throwing down all the pallets. Okay. Well, he finally let up. But yeah, because there's I think I have 16 kids. 15 or 16. I know a couple that don't really show up. But 9 viewers, they all came in. I think that's so funny. Now they have to just watch me ramble and be boring. Oh shit. Yeah, I feel like this perk is still useful. Even for an experienced player, just because it is a good counter to some perks killers may have. I mean, I'm probably not going to use it a lot since I'm an experienced player, so I'm going to be hitting my skill checks. But I just know if a killer has one of those annoying perks, then this is a good counter to it. It's funny. Let me see. My viewer count dropped to 4. So the fact that it reached 9 for like a minute is crazy. Oh shit. Well, thanks. Guess. Let me just crawl to this pallet. No one said it in the group chat. Cause sometimes they talk in the group chat. They're like, I saw Coach Chick's tattoo. Hey guys. Wow, that's low-key transphobic. Okay, so Arella, the newest survivor, apparently she is Dead by Daylight's first trans survivor or character, which I think is pretty cool, and which I also think is a sign because to be honest, Jan, I'm sort of considering. Oh my gosh. Okay, because I'm sort of considering it. I mean, I've identified as gender for 4 years now. Wow, it really is dumb versus dumber. I saw him at the door. I'm considering it. I don't know. I'm talking it out with my therapist. My therapist says I should do whatever I feel most comfortable with. At the pace that feels best for me. So she says I'm not in any rush. And the fact that I've identified as a student for a majority of my life, and especially since I am stuck in a school schedule that reinforces the student mindset, I feel like I'm under a timer. I'm under an unnecessary timer. Oh my gosh! I can't believe I got away with that. No way. What's funny is that this is my first one. Oh, also something you may have noticed is I turned on the visual terror radius now. So that's why you see her heart beating, you're seeing that red thing glow in her chest. That's the visual terror radius. It's supposed to be for like the hearing impaired. I'm not hearing impaired yet, but it prevents me from having to put the volume very high. And it's a useful indicator, you know, to tell whether the killer is actually nearby. Yeah, yeah, I think I have all the time in the world, really. I mean, I'm 28, but that still is a fuck ton of time. I'm really in no rush. And, yeah, like I was saying earlier, the fact that I'm in a school schedule, like, I'm reaching summer breaks, I feel like I'm moving on to the next level, when really, as an adult, I'm staying in place. So, there's no rush at all, and, I'm just putting a timer on myself for no reason. Which is gonna be a mindset that'll take time to adjust out of. I'm gonna stay away from that gen. That killer seems to be monitoring that. I'm trying not to talk too much about my tattoo, but I will say that it's funny that I got it only after, I think it has to be, oh my gosh. Oh right, I'm a one hit down. I only thought about this tattoo for like 2 weeks. Cause I set up my appointment back in March, like last week of March. I think it was the last Saturday of March, and I wanted the May 10th appointment. Because that's Peeta's birthday. So from March to May 10th, that's basically like a month, or about a month and a half. So that's plenty of time, and you have to finalize your design at least 5 days, because that's when your artist would work on the design, at least like 2 to 5 days before your appointment day. So the fact that it was still March, I had... Oh my gosh. I had plenty of time to like change. Wow. I feel like I'm gonna fuck up. And... oh, shit. I need... oh shit. Oh my gosh. I need to mend. I'm sorry, goth girl, I tried. What was I talking about? Oh no, she's dead! I could have saved her! But instead I saved myself. Selfish. Damn. That's unfortunate. I probably don't deserve to live. Tattoo timing. Right! Okay, so the first design I wanted, I've been thinking about it for a full year. I thought about it for a full year. I chose that artist for that exact tattoo. And yeah, like a full year, and I was like, this is the tattoo I want. And then it didn't feel right. Oh my gosh. Am I going to fuck up and not make it out? Wait. Hold on, chat. Okay, you think I went to the other gate? I think. Okay, well. Yay, I made it out! I don't think the perk did much, but I did mess up on gens, and the killer didn't get me and I escaped. So. I'm sorry, Sable. GG's. Okay. I'll give these people thumbs up. They got rid of the ranking system. You know that ranking system up here where it says, did you have fun? And then they got rid of it, because I don't think it did anything. Yeah. Yeah, tattoo timing. So yeah, there was one design that I gave 1 year of thought. And you would think that 1 year of thinking about it would be enough to commit to it, right? Hold on, let me just do I feel like I should be equipping a toolbox instead, to be honest. Anyways, so what I originally wanted, you see this arrow tattoo? So I got this after my first year of coaching archery, and it was done by a tattoo apprentice. And so what I wanted was the Mockingjay to sort of complete the arrow, because the Mockingjay symbol with the bird holding the arrow. So I just wanted over the tattoo because I sort of believe this is my last year coaching, but I also don't know. I told my kids I cannot make them any promises. I can only make them one promise, and that is I will be there for their graduation day. But I don't know anything about coaching just because I am trying to get out of this job, but I am not getting a new job anytime soon, and I can't quit without a backup plan. So if I don't have a new job lined up, I am stuck where I am. But anyways, I did want a Mockingjay here, on my arm. But then I thought about it some more and realized I didn't really want it just because I like how there are weapons on my outer forearm, you know? And when I do this, I think it's pretty cool. So I just like how simple it is, how straightforward that the arrow isn't affiliated with a certain character. Like it's not just Katniss. It could be Legolas, it could be Merida, it could be Hawkeye. Any of my favorite archer characters, you know? Better to have a job than no job. Yeah, yeah, and to be honest, you know, my kids are the reason I have stayed at my high school office job for the longest time. They helped me get through today. But I also recognize that I need to get out. But yeah, but I thought about it and I realized I don't want the arrow to just be Katniss. I wanted to like represent maybe other Archer characters, and I just like how you know this looks. And I feel like the Mockingjay would disrupt how this looks. You know, if that makes sense. And so I asked my tattoo artist if I can, since it was still like early April. It was like the first 2 weeks of April. So my appointment is in May 10th, so I had plenty of time to change the design because she wouldn't have worked on it yet. I just locked in the day because I wanted it on May 10th. And she was like, yeah, what's your new idea? And I told her what I wanted. So what I have here, let's see, how many viewers do I have? 4. I wonder who's lurking. I don't care who's lurking, but if you're one of my archery kids, I swear. Anyways, so yeah, I got this one. It's hard to bend my arm in a way. You can see it. There. Yeah. It looks so cool from this angle. But yeah. Yeah, I got this after 2 weeks. But it felt right. It felt right. It felt right, and I think that's important. Like, even though I was thinking about the Mockingjay symbol here for 1 year, and it didn't feel right, but then I thought about this one after 2 weeks, and it felt better in my gut. And I pride myself in having good gut instincts, you know? And I feel like at this point in my life, I have to remind myself to not doubt my instincts and to trust my gut and everything. And so, yeah, Wolf Week. Yes, more like Wolf Month. Holy shit, this is the year of the wolves, man. But yeah, I'll talk about it more on Wednesday. I feel like I have a couple spies watching my stream. But yeah, Wolf Month. At this point, you might as well make it a wolf year. Might as well make it a wolf year. I'm just trying to find a gen first, so I can be productive. Nope. Didn't see me, right? Fuck. Oh my gosh. Well, I should be giving my teammates plenty of time to work on a gen. You're not doing anything. Coward. Okay, yeah, good. Take him, not me. Anyways, yeah, the direwolves had something to do with this. I really cannot relate the wolves to Andy Black or Black Veil Brides because he has nothing to do with it. Well, I had a good run. And the fact that that chase lasted so long and no one got a gen done is so frustrating. Of course I'm going to the basement. No one is getting a gen done. Holy shit. Okay. I feel like this game is gonna be every man for himself, and I should not bother with my teammates. Because that chase happened, like, let's see, let me see if there's a timestamp. Yeah, that chase lasted for a good 3 minutes. That was plenty of time to finish a gen. No one got anything done, so I don't know what my teammates were up to. But yeah, I like the visual heartbeat, Terra Radius, because I don't hear anything. But the fact that it's showing means that the killer is nearby. And it just, it's easy on my ears, so I don't have to, like, turn the volume. But yeah, even though the wolf does honor one of my OCs, I can't really say it was Black Veil Brides because they don't have any affiliation with wolves. Random, but my zodiac animal is ox. For the Chinese calendar. I mean, for the regular astrology zodiac, like Capricorn, my animal is the sea goat. Why is she chasing me? Why? Why me? Am I going back to the basement? Of course I'm going back to the basement. I literally did nothing done. Like, I did nothing wrong. I only have 1 perk. Why am I being targeted? Why am I being tunneled? Why is my teammates I hate this game. But yeah, for Chinese calendar, I'm Year of the Ox, but for astrology purposes, I am a sea goat. Why was I tunneled? Wow. Anyways, at least the stream will end quicker. Why was I tunneled? I did nothing. I didn't do anything. I didn't even touch a gen. Sea goat, SEA. I honestly don't know what a sea goat is. I report this killer. I don't know what for, but I just feel like giving them a thumbs down. Anyways, hold on, I want to roast this killer in game chat, so we're just going to we're going to spectate this bot while I talk. Just because I just feel like talking, rambling. I think we're being confused in the chat right now. Hold up. This is why I'm putting this game on spectator mode. Anthony's a tiger, so if you are cursed like the family in fruit baskets, you'd be an ox. Of course Anthony is talking about an anime. I am a Capricorn, and the Capricorn— okay, let me be clear. Let me start from the beginning, because Anthony is talking about an anime. I think this makes sense now. I am, for astrology purposes, I am a Capricorn. And the Capricorn's animal is a sea goat. Sea, as in ocean. I don't know why it's portrayed about a goat having a mermaid's tail. That's what I've been seeing, unintended. But in the Chinese calendar, I am the year of the ox. And I think that's what Anthony is talking about. Because the Chinese don't talk about astrology, they talk about the Chinese calendar. And that's what the anime is referencing. So, yes, I am a Capricorn. And the Capricorn's symbol, or whatever, is the sea goat. Same way that for Cancers, it's a crab. And so on. And Scorpio is the scorpion. Sagittarius is the archer. It's cool. That's my mom's symbol. So, but yeah, I mean, people just stick with goat because I'm the goat. But more specifically, it is the sea goat. I don't know what that is really. People just put a goat with a mermaid's tail. But yeah, and yeah, so I am a goat and an ox, so no matter what I am, I have horns. So yeah, I just want to roast this killer in chat, post game chat, because holy shit. Okay, I just thought we should clarify this, and yeah, and also it helps kill time because I do want to like. I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know what's going on in this game. Yeah, this game sucks. I just want to say something afterwards. I have something petty. I hope the price of your favorite fast food meal goes up. I hope the price of your groceries go up. I hope gas prices are 30 cents higher. You have to be productive with these insults, okay? You can't just be like, fuck your mom or something. You know, everyone's heard that before. That affects no one. No one's insulted by that anymore. But if I say, I hope rent goes up for you this month, that hurts because it's realistic. And it's more likely to happen. And it reminds them of how this life sucks. And they play this game to escape how life sucks. And here I am reminding them. Usually I do the rent one, like the more serious ones. But since I was tunneled, so I think I deserve to say something extreme. Not really extreme, but like, let's see, groceries. Fast food, or like, I hope it takes you 10 minutes to find parking. That's my toolbox. They start repairing the jets. I'm so petty, I will wait this game out to say something. Okay. Filler, I hope the price of your groceries go up. LOL. Yeah. Anyways, and then we move on with our lives. That was only the second game. Connection lost. Of course it did.
Think you can swallow me whole, huh?
Hi, Katie. Welcome back to the Leon Sub Kennedy Club. I think you came in at a very awkward time. I don't know what we're reacting to. My insult or the alert that my stream just gave you. Leon. Oh yeah, that's so funny. Yep. You're welcome. Thank you, and you're welcome. And whenever you sub, Leon says the most outlandish thing. And it's funny. Okay. 5 viewers. I'm just worried about my kids because I don't want to spoil the surprise. I want to show them tomorrow at our meeting. But hi, Katie. I'm sure you can see my tattoo on Instagram. It's a wolf. So yeah. I'm gonna elaborate more on Wednesday, just because I feel like a couple of my kids are lurking in the chat, and you know that's fine. They're welcome here. They're welcome here. I'm just gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, what's crazy about this tattoo? I'm not sure if you were here earlier, if you were one of my lurkers, but like I got it after 2 weeks of thinking about it, compared to my initial idea that I was thinking about for like a full year. But this one felt right, and I think it's a reminder that my gut instincts are on point. People may call it spidey senses, but I call it the Jedi sense. I'm not a Jedi. I'm a Sith. I'm a Sith user. Oh, speaking of Sith, that is a tattoo idea that I want to get. You know, the first line of the Sith code is, peace is a lie, there's only passion. And I want that in Aurebesh, somewhere in my lightsaber tattoo area. Probably down here or something, I don't know. Intuition, yeah, whatever that is, sure. Now, I know what intuition is, I just don't know if that's the best way to describe it. But yeah, my gut instincts, intuition, yeah. I feel like that's my superpower, if anything. And I think the wolf is a reminder of that, or an example, literally. Trust your instincts, stuff like that. That's a wolf thing, right? Wolves are very instinctive. That's a word. But yeah, I'm just gonna explain this again. I'm not sure if you were here earlier. Because for the past year, see this tattoo, my arrow tattoo here, which I got my first year after coaching archery. For the past year, like for 1 year, I was thinking about getting the Mockingjay symbol over it to like sort of complete it as a representation of me ending my career as an archery coach. But as soon as I gave the idea to my tattoo artist, it didn't feel right, and I was like, I want to change my mind. And it was still early April, and my appointment was May 10th, so you know that's plenty of time for me to change my mind and give out a new idea. And after 2 weeks, I settled on the wolf, and the wolf felt right. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, holy shit, this was a fucking good idea. It was a better idea than what I had in mind first. So, yeah. Oh right, my perk. I forgot I had this perk equipped after that previous game, because it just did not seem to matter. I didn't even touch a gen, and I was tunneled out of the game, so. I hear chainsaw. It's either Billy or Bubba. And I hope it's Billy, because I fucking hate Bubba. Holy shit. Well, I finished a gen, so you can't hurt me. Yeah, hide in here. ROTC is going Army. Yes, because no one from the Air Force is applying to be an instructor. They all applied for Scripps, and when they didn't get the job at Scripps, they didn't apply for Mira Mesa. Which is kind of bullshit. So, we have no choice but to go Army, because we have a lot more Army candidates. So, unfortunate. It's heartbreaking, but yeah. Yeah. It's very surreal watching it end. You know, watching the Air Force ROTC end. I don't know, it's very bittersweet. I don't want to say I low-key feel betrayed by the Air Force, because I just thought there was a lack of Air Force people in the area, but the fact that they applied for Scripps, and for those who don't know, Scripps Ranch High School is our rival school. They're considered our rival school, and they're the only other Air Force ROTC in the district. The fact that they applied there, and not here, I just feel mad about it. But yeah, it just ended. Major cannot handle it anymore due to health issues. She can barely walk. Like she's only like medically, she can only stay in school for like 4 hours. She can't even stay after school. She can barely walk, and you know, I think she did a fantastic job carrying the legacy of 3 old men. Because Katie, we had 3 old men for our instructors. Major was basically on her own, and the second instructor changed as often as Defense Against the Dark Arts professors at Hogwarts. Like, it changed so often. There was literally one secondary instructor per year. I've known 3 of them throughout the years, and I was like, holy shit. And yeah, and it's just very sad to witness. And the second instructor, ever since the Air Force made it a requirement that they would be doing inspection every year. Because Katie, remember how inspection used to be only every 4 years? Well, it changed to every 2 years, and now it changed to every year. And the second instructor didn't want to deal with that, and that was not what he signed up for. So that's why he's quitting. Yeah. Yikes. She got in a real bad time. I feel like as soon as Sergeant Manson retired, and, you know, my principal changed the ROTC requirements because of his grudge against ROTC, I feel like the program was doomed. And Major did her fucking best to keep the program afloat, but to the best of her abilities. She did her best, and that's all I can ask of her. She did a good job. So yeah, and it's just a shame that the second instructor quit. Yeah. She definitely did her best. The fact that she did the work of 3 old men. You know? So yeah. I just feel sorry for these kids. Because, like, I don't know how to feel about it. I'm trying to jump ship too, but if I can be the only adult that the RO kids recognize, I don't know if it's worth staying for that just to give them that comfort and reassurance that I'm still there. I don't know. But yeah, I just need someone with RO experience to rant to, I guess. So thanks for stopping by, Katie, and thanks for the sub. Thanks for joining the Leon Subcommittee Club. You have a good night. Anyways, I'm just gonna sit here with the crumbling realization of what's going to happen to my beloved program. I really don't want to be here next year to see the changes, but yeah, it is what it is. Oh, he missed. Oh shit. It's crazy that he gave up on me. Hex blocked is a crazy gamer tag, but I also respect it. I'm leaving. That guy's a goner. I mean, for technician, considering that I'm an experienced player and I don't really need it, I can still acknowledge it's useful for beginner players because there is no cooldown, and I think that's the cool thing about it is there's no cooldown. So you can basically mess up as much as you want to, and you're still fine. Wait, that's my third game. So for my fourth game, I can play as Leon, and so my fifth game I can play as Ada. That's my new system. Going to the RPD map. Fuck yeah. 32 charges. Let's go. Now we're going to RPD map to make everyone suffer. So the fact that like it's good for beginners, like especially beginners, but then even as an experienced player, it's a good counter to certain perks that killers have, where it fucks with the skill check system. I cannot recall the names off the top of my head because I'm not a killer, so I cannot tell you about like the newer killer perks. I only know about like the old ones, the common ones, but I know Sadako has a perk. I think it's Merciless Storm, where when you're the last 10% of the gen repair, the skill checks are endless. And if you mess up, you know, I think Technician will help. Because once the gen explodes, you know, it makes a noise notification that indicates to the killer where you are, and the killer will target you if you mess up enough times. So Technician's a good perk, especially there is no cooldown. I think that's even better. Because a lot of these new perks, you have to like basically do parkour to get the benefit of it. And for Technician, it's very straightforward and simple. Maybe 7 out of 10. How well will it keep me alive? Well, if you can work on gens peacefully and mess up and not summon the killer to you, I think that's pretty good. I'll give it a 7, because it's not useless at all. Because especially since there is no skill check, you don't need to do anything to get the perks benefit, you know? Like, you literally just have to mess up, and it covers your mistakes. So, Yeah. But it's not a perfect perk because I've gone through games without really having to use it um in like unintentionally. Just because I'm an experienced player and I hit all my skill checks, but I'm just hoping I have 2 more games left to play, and I'm hoping that a killer will have a perk that will mess with the skill check system that will prove that this perk is a lot more useful than um, than I think. I don't know. I want to do something this Saturday. I want to take myself out. Take myself out. Like not like a kill myself kind of way, but like in a solo date kind of way. But I'm open to either one. I just don't know whether to go back to Raised by Wolves, um, my favorite bar with my new wolf tattoo. I think that's too much. Yeah, it's too much, too obvious. And the thing about Raised by Wolves, I can definitely walk in, but like seats fill up so quickly that it's a lot better to make a reservation as soon as possible, which is why I have to decide soon. Because if I try to walk in, I am less likely to get a seat. I literally walked into that one like an idiot. Yeah, now I have the tattoo, and I feel like I've earned my place there. Raised by wolves. Thing is, like, I feel like I've been there too many times where I've drank all the drinks I've wanted. Because I know they changed their menu. I just don't know how often they do it. But, I don't know if it's by season. I thought it was because I remember 2 years ago I had a favorite drink there and they don't have it. But it's okay. But like I don't know, maybe there's like a spring menu or a summer menu. Maybe it's by season. Yeah, I really don't know how often they change it. Yeah. Time to find somewhere new, I guess, but I like the wolf thing. Especially for my wolf tattoo, but yeah, I guess I could go to a bar by myself, especially when I go out and present more masculine. I feel more comfortable and also somehow confident, which is ironic because I'm like really self-conscious on how I appear. Like look-wise, I feel like I can get away. Appearance-wise, I feel like I can get away with it. But once I start talking, that's my giveaway. I'm just trying to finish this gen. If he makes his way up here, I'm gonna be so mad. Okay, okay, good. No one's saving this poor person. Why did he follow us to the roof. That's kind of dumb because there's a finished gen up in that roof, so he's just wasting his time. Oh, great. I don't hear his terror radius. Okay. Yeah, I want to take myself out to a solo date, and I want to try something new. So, yeah. I just don't really know where. How convenient. Woman! There was no reason to scream. Oh my gosh, Leon! I hate when the terror radius suddenly cuts off, because you know the killer's chasing you. I see Kate chasing Pyramid Head. I don't know what kind of Scooby-Doo shit is going on. Oh my gosh, y'all, there's going to be a Five Nights at Freddy's chapter for the 9-year anniversary this summer. You bet your ass I'm going to be playing this game all day when Five Nights at Freddy's comes out. Oh my gosh, I am so excited. Can't wait to see how Springtrap works. I can't heal her. Oh, I hate this perk. It makes the game scary. If those ladies can keep Pyramid Head occupied inside, I can work on this. I'm surprised it took them this long to do FNAF. A lot of people said that, but I think it's because it took a long time to get the license for it. Or to afford the license for it. There's some legal issue, I think. But I know FNAF has been requested for years. I mean, I've been wanting it for years, but I think it's just a license issue. What's cool is that we got forgot the name of the actor, Shaggy, because he played Afton in the movie, and now he's gonna voice a Springtrap skin, and the original voice for William Afton from the games is going to also voice Springtrap, so I think that's really cool. Now all we need is Josh Hutcherson to be a survivor. Okay, Kate's opening the gate there. I'll go over to this exit. Yay, we did it! We did it, Leon. We did it, Leon. Oh, she's a goner. Matthew Lillard. Yes. I don't know why his name slipped my mind, but yeah, he's gonna voice the unmasked Springtrap, I think, and Springtrap with the mask on is the original voice actor, William Afton. So I think that's really cool, and it is gonna be a fun 9-year anniversary this summer. I can't wait. That was game number 4, and now we'll be doing our 5th and final game with Ada. Hi, Ada. 18 charges. And also I'm gonna put up an ad, just cause. Wait, my kids aren't part of the Leon Subcommittee Club because they don't have money. So therefore, I can use this 2 minutes to talk about my tattoo. Okay, Monica, I hope you're listening. Or maybe you've read my Instagram post, so it doesn't matter. So, since ROTC is sort of falling apart next year and a lot of my kids are jumping ship, there's 2 quotes I want to remind them of. One from the Jungle Book, which is, "For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack." So it's like these kids are what made the archery team great, but also they shouldn't forget that about their bond, their pack with the archery team. And so yeah, it's dedicated to them in that aspect, especially since if they do disband from ROTC, they might be considered lone wolves. But they should still rely on each other, and they should still maintain that bond. Second, personally, I like the open jaw because it's considered from like me how I attack my anxiety, like how I tackle my anxiety, because that's been something I've been working on for the past year of my therapist. Because when I reach out to something, this is my right hand, this is my dominant hand. When I reach out to something, it looks like the wolf is pouncing towards it. So it's like if I want something, I should just go for it. Why wait around? Why let it pass? Because wolves will pounce at something they want. They'll pursue something. Especially since it's in motion, it's constantly pursuing something. It's constantly chasing something. And also, it's a tribute to my OC, Aaron White, son of Snow White, and then his variant, Aaron Ware. And both of them love wolves. And so this wolf is a tribute to them as well. So this wolf has a lot of meaning to me. And I just like how when I reach out to something, it's like the wolf wants it to, and the wolf will capture it. So yeah. So yeah, I have like 5 seconds left of the ad, and we're still looking for a match. So yeah. It's been a long stream tonight. I mean, it's 10:39. Yeah, time check. It's 10:39. I've been streaming for an hour, 9 minutes now, and this is our 5th and final game. I think why it took so long is because for that one game, even though I died, I stuck around to spectate just because I wanted to say something to the killer in the post-game chat. A confident Wolfie, yes, which is what I'm striving towards, and especially with my, the wolf is pursuing something, what I'm pursuing, my own goals, my own aspirations, the new identity that I want, which is, Aaron, the name I'm sort of trying to feel more confident towards. So this Wolfie has a lot of and I really love how it turned out. My artist was so nice. Oh, Monica, you know Game of Thrones, right? So you know Sansa Stark, right? My tattoo artist name is Sansa. So I just think it was perfect to get a wolf tattoo by an artist named Sansa. She's I want to say Chinese. She's Asian. She's Asian, so I know Sansa is her chosen American name because that's what a lot of Asians do. They have like American names. And yeah, Sansa. Sansa did my wolf tattoo, and I think that's kind of fitting. Boy, get out of my way. Yes, yeah. I mean, I remember Sansa like being my least favorite character in the beginning of the year. Or beginning of the year. At the beginning of the season. Gonna drop that on her. Give myself a little head start. But yeah, but by the time Sansa became Queen of the North, I was cheering for her. But my favorite Game of Thrones character is Arya, of course. Arya's first, and then Robb Stark. Of the show, yeah, the show. Did I say beginning of the school year? I'm thinking too much about school. Especially since, I mean, last day for students is the 29th, but the last day of work for me is June 2nd. Because I'm office staff. Yeah, she had really good growth. But, you know, I'm biased towards Arya. Or Robb Stark, though. Richard Madden. I'm wondering what to name my wolf tattoo. I feel it's only right to give it a name. And, I can't really... I don't want to name it Aaron, because I think that's a little redundant. I want something unique. Like, what would I name it? What a man. Yeah, goals, am I right? Did this boy run straight into the killer? But yeah, the thing is, I would not watch Game of Thrones again. I feel like that's enough trauma. I mean, it was a good experience, especially since the final season was out while I was going through finals in my last semester of college. But I don't think it's something I'd want to. I'm good. The ending was so bad. It's... To be honest, my favorite episode of the last season was, I think, episode 2, when everyone was preparing for the, was it the Long Night? That's what it was called? Whatever that battle was. My favorite episode was the second episode, when they're all setting up, when Arya got her man, Gendry, and everyone was reuniting, everyone's gathering. And I feel like I can pretend in my head that's where it ended. And everyone died. I missed my skill check and my perk save. But yeah, I can just pretend everyone died. You know, just like how in Star Wars, I can pretend the movies ended with episode 8. Just because in Disneyland, in Disneyland, Star Wars Land takes place between episodes 8 and 9, where of course Kylo didn't die. So I can pretend Kylo never died, because Star Wars ended in episode 8. And then so same thing with Game of Thrones. Everything ended in that, how many seasons? That was season 8, right? Season 8, episode 2. There were 8 seasons, right? Not 9. I feel like there should have been a 9th season. Yeah, season 8 sounds about right. But yeah, season 8, episode 2. That's where it all ended. Everyone gathered. You know, Brienne got knighted. I think it was Pod who was singing. And it was such a nice, bittersweet reunion. And that's before they all died. And that's where Game of Thrones ends for me. And I'm content with that. Didn't the directors cut it short because they wanted to do a Star Wars movie? Yes! Yes, because they were hired to write like a new Star Wars trilogy. So they rushed Game of Thrones. And because Game of Thrones did so poorly, they were dropped from Star Wars. And that was hilarious. They ruined their legacy at the same time. Yeah, they ruined both. Or like, yeah, this is what... They flew too close to the sun. They flew too close to the sun and got what they deserved, pretty much. I don't feel bad for them, though. It's sad, but also funny, in a way. So we suffered for nothing. The Game of Thrones fans suffered for nothing. Honestly. I feel like they needed a lot more build-up for whatever they were doing with Daenerys and Bran, especially. And also, I feel like a lot more people should have died during the battle. Too many people lived. Especially for Game of Thrones being known for a show that kills off its characters. Like, I felt like too many people lived because of plot armor. Not enough important people died. It did seem so abrupt, but I feel like with the proper build-up, it could have been convincing. Like, at least one season's worth of build-up. Can this guy get the fuck away from me? Totally different ending. Well, it's Game of Thrones. I feel like whatever the ending was would have made sense. They just needed a lot of build-up. Because Game of Thrones had a lot of twists and turns. You know, it's not supposed to end perfectly, but at least it's supposed to deserve the ending. And it didn't deserve its ending. That's crazy. This came out 6 years ago. I graduated college 6 years ago. This is my first hook. That guy should have been working on his gen. I don't know why he's not doing jack shit. Jon Snow should have been king, not Bran. Well, Jon Snow committed treason, so I think that's what disqualified him. I don't like Bran. Like, he was such a boring character. Like, I remember people saying that he was so boring that he went through, like, there was a whole season where he wasn't even in it. Hi, Anthony. It's crazy that you're in here right now, because Monica and I are talking about Game of Thrones. I don't like how she's laughing like that. Jeez. Yeah, Bran is king. I don't know. My body rejected that idea with the sneeze. Thank you. You know, sneezes are a way of the body rejecting stuff. And I think I'm allergic. I made it through the hatch! Holy shit! I'm sorry, I was like contemplating the Game of Thrones and I made it. I deserve this win. I deserve this win. Hi chat, I'm sorry, I was like lost in thought. This is my last game. I don't know what. Look at this. Look at these perks of Blood Warden. Blood Wardens. I hate this perk because when the gates are open and the killer hooks your teammate, even though the gates are open, you cannot escape for like 60 seconds, which is a lot of time. Barbecue and chili. So whenever she hooks the survivor, she can see your aura. Nurse is calling, so if you're healing up, she can see you. And Lethal Pursuer, where she can see where you are in the first 9 seconds of the. This is a crazy build, holy shit. This guy though, he was a decent teammate. He was selfless till the end. Okay. Wow. But yeah, I mean, I messed up. I messed up a skill check during this game, and the perk saved me. So, I won 4 games. That's crazy because the past couple times I streamed, I was losing like 4 or 5 games. So this is actually a decent perk, but only because it's one of the earlier perks. So of course it's actually quality. But 7 out of 10. There's no cooldown. It's good for beginners, especially if you're starting out with the game. And even if you're an experienced player, this perk is a good counter towards some of the killer perks that fucks with the skill check system. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna stream Wednesday just because I really want to get through this. Ooh, tenacity. That's one of my favorite perks. I love using tenacity. Hopefully, I'll get good games on Wednesday. Yeah! Yay! We finally got a good perk. But yeah, I'll see y'all Wednesday. Have a good night. Sweet dreams. Yeah, and I'll elaborate. I mean, the bandage is still on, so there might be a little loss here. But by Wednesday, I can take the bandage off. So, good night, guys. Sweet dreams.